Hello everyone, Pete here, and the much anticipated ROG Xbox Ally models have just been made official. Let's blast through all of the key info and my thoughts on these, including when they will release, the screen size, and size of the batteries in these. Plus I'll share whether I'm now seriously considering buying one of these or not. So an almost 2-minute trailer officially announcing the new ROG Xbox Ally was just shown at the Xbox Games Showcase 2025 event. The trailer starts off with a slab of transparent material with someone forming the Xbox Ally, and as we know, the controversial hand grips were leaked almost a full month ago, with an not exactly flattering dirty pic of the handheld. And I tell you what, these grips have been incredibly divisive in our PC gaming handheld community, but we'll come back to this in a moment. Next in the trailer is the brand new Xbox button, which seems to be a key feature, and a super close look at the front of the Xbox Ally. Something very interesting to note here is that there is a lot of pretty cool texturing going on here, which I think looks pretty neat. It then highlights seamless play, which indicates that yes, that there will be modifications that Windows will make to ensure an optimized gaming experience. To download games natively, which regular viewers to the channel know that I always rave about, as this is such a game-changing feature on the current Ally, and also cloud game streaming, which I've always found pretty decent, but yeah, natively installing games to the Ally is always a much better experience in my opinion. Then we get a glimpse of a completely revamped control center. This looks like a super modern design upgrade, and my first thought was that I really do hope us existing Ally owners get this too in an update, as this looks really amazing. And this next feature could be game changing, which is holding the new Xbox button to swap between apps, with the trailer specifically highlighting between the Hollow Knight Silksong game, then the Battle.net app, then the Discord app, then the Xbox app, all to highlight the freedom that Windows provides. Something that so many of us in our Ally community appreciate so much. We get another closer look at the contoured edges of the Xbox Ally X handheld with controls inspired by Xbox that they're calling impulse triggers. I'll come back to this. Then is the reveal of the processor, which wasn't massively highlighted as being the Z2 Extreme, so I had to stop the frame and zoom in, and that yes, this is indeed the case. And at the end of the trailer we get another good look at the new ROG Xbox Ally X, with the release date being holiday 2025, so we're looking perhaps November or December of this year as the release date. It finished with the specs of both the new ROG Xbox handhelds briefly flashing up, with the higher spec and more expensive ROG Xbox Ally X in black having the Z2 Extreme chip, and just like the current Ally X will have 24GB memory and also 1TB of storage. The lower spec and cheaper white ROG Xbox Ally, which I predict will come in around £400 to £500 or dollars to compete with the Steam Deck and also the new Legion Go S, will have a lower Z2A processor, and like the current OG Ally will have 16GB of memory and 512GB of storage. So while we got a really good look in the official trailer, it was pretty light on actual details, but The Verge has a great article about the new handhelds in more depth, and I'll link that below. Apparently Microsoft and Asus have been working on this for a full year, with the main aim being a more handheld friendly, and I quote, hiding the complexity of Windows to focus on gaming instead. Something I found very interesting is that the white version is designed for 720p gaming, which indicates that the new Z2A processor may indeed be less powerful than the current Z1 Extreme in the current Ally, but that the black Xbox Ally X does target 900 to 1080p. And yes, that we now have it official that both models will indeed have the same 7-inch 1080p display with 120Hz refresh rate and VRR. Guys, I'm not going to lie about this, I'm extremely disappointed that the screen isn't 8 inches. I've just got the Switch 2, which I reviewed in the last vid actually, and even this now has an 8-inch 1080p screen, which is glorious to play on. I really am gutted that these new models still remain at 7 inches, but let us know which size that you prefer below in the comments. Asus exec Sean Yen admitted that some gamers found navigating Windows with a joystick and button frustrating and confusing. Yep. And that an Xbox full screen experience designed for handhelds will be on offer. So does this finally include true sleep and resume, I wonder? These Xbox Allys will now boot directly into the Xbox interface. The new Xbox button means that we can return to it at any time, and it's been confirmed that Windows really is truly in the background, which frees up more space for games. The impulse triggers will mean full haptics in games, just like on the Xbox controllers, so going around rugged terrain like in the amazing Dirt 5 should be pretty epic. In terms of connections, the higher end Xbox Ally X will have USB-C 3.2 ports and also a USB-C 4 connector that supports Thunderbolt 4 for external GPUs, and the standard Xbox Allys just have two USB-C 3.2 ports. Games will apparently play cooler and quieter, with longer battery life on the new handhelds, with the standard Xbox Ally's new Z2A processor being based on the Steam Deck's less powerful Van Gogh chips, hence the 720p focus in games I mentioned earlier. And the standard Xbox Ally will have 50% more battery than the current ROG Ally, with a 60 Wh capacity, and the Xbox Ally X having the same 80 Wh battery as the current Ally X. Although Windows Tweak should hopefully improve battery life even more with optimizations. I must admit that when I first saw the leaked pics, I really was not a fan of the new grip handles, but with all of this new info today really painting a much clearer picture of really awesome haptic feedback and what I'm sure will be much more ergonomic play sessions on these, together with all this new Xbox system optimizations, means that they've really reignited my interest into the possibilities of what these models, especially the Xbox Ally X, could do. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on these. Are you happy with all of this new info we found out today? And will you be possibly buying one of these? Let us all know in the comments. And as a thank you for watching this far, I'd love to share this awesome quote. Every failure is a lesson. If you're not willing to fail, you're not ready to succeed. Yes, when I look back, it's from my biggest mistakes and times that I've messed up that I've learned the biggest life lessons from. So if you've messed up recently, then let's just learn from our mistakes and not dwell on them. So stay encouraged today, guys. And as an extra bonus treat for staying right to the end, here's our gorgeous rescue cat, and her name is Pancake. And if you enjoyed today's video, then check out my brand new Switch 2 review, revealing the top 21 aspects that really surprised me about Nintendo's new handheld. Please like, subscribe, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.